Hello and welcome to the Hoof GP. Today we are at an old friend. It's actually our 2-year anniversary. He's just reminded me. This is the Hoof GP and today we're trimming Highland cattle. This could be a wild one, guys. Get ready, strap in and crush the subscribe button right now.
So while Tom feeds these beautiful creatures some bread, I get to grips with the locals and get a kiss from this beautiful cow. We trim around 12 or 13 of Tom's fantastically friendly cows and take a look at his setup.
And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you.
So Tom sent me a message around a week ago to tell me that one of his Highland cattle had gone lame and he wasn't sure what to do because he knew he would struggle to get it into his crush. I'm not sure why he called me. Maybe he just wanted to hand off the problem to someone else. But hand off he did. So here we are on a cold, wet and frankly miserable Lancashire morning here in March. Tom lives on a small farm just outside Lytham St Anne's, which is in the northwest of England, not all that far from my home.
So we are at a rather famous farm. We're at Tom Pemberton's today down in Lancashire. If you don't know who Tom Pemberton is, wake up, smell the coffee and go and check out his channel, Tom Pemberton Farm Life. It's down in Lancashire, so it's about 3 hours drive from our house, and today it's chucking it down. I first visited Tom's farm about 2 years ago. And we've become, he would say friends, I would say acquaintances in that time. And he texted me the other day to say that one of his Highland cattle had gone lame. And actually, I've never trimmed a Highland cow before. Tom has his own hoof trimmer who is really good. His name is Ross Anthony. Hi Ross. And Tom trims himself, but they'll struggle to get the Highland into the crush. So I said, right, I'll come on down and have a go myself. So we brought the KVK and we brought the race and we brought Craigie boy, unfortunately.
Of course you've got me.
Tom being Tom, a farmer, he doesn't just have the one though, he's got an extra 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 for us to do. He said it was to make the journey worthwhile. Can't blame him really. So we're going to crack on, we're going to get the cows done, then we're going to move on to this Highland bull. Today we brought the KVK. The Appleton would have worked, but the KVK has its own race. So we thought that would be better because it takes us out of Tom's shed, and actually the Highland's a little bit temperamental to get down the race. So it's probably better to bring our race along for the job and get it done as safely and quickly as possible. I think that's him there.
Anyway, after a quick look at the Highlands, it's time to get the cows up the race. All jokes aside, I'm actually glad that Tom felt free enough to make use of our journey all the way down here. So I'm glad that he's got 10 or 11 cows out for us. It also gives me a little chance to critique Tom's trimming. Not that it really needs it, because it turns out he's actually very capable at hoof trimming his own cows. If you want to see more about that though, head over to his channel at Tom Pemberton Farm Life and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about in more depth. Anyway, let's crack on and get these cows' feet trimmed.
If it's over, just say it out loud. Say those words, go and just shout it out. Just be honest, be a man right now. Say
So, let battle commence. In all seriousness though, hopefully not, because these guys, they're serious. Yeah, they know they've got horns, they know how to use them. And this guy hasn't worked with all that much. He's friendly when he's in the pen, but when you want to do something to them, it's a whole different ball game. Same with belties and people in general. This is Tom. Tom, say hello.
Oh, hey team, I'm Tom. So they're lovely and friendly when you want to feed them.
Is this what you feed all your animals, yeah?
Yeah, bread. Yeah, costs us a fortune, but you know what I mean, it keeps them happy.
These cattle are a true symbol of Scotland, so it seemed rather inappropriate that I've had to come away from my homeland to trim one.
How old is he?
I'd say 2.
To be honest, it seems like we're in luck, because Tom said this little character can be lively at the best of times, and he walked straight up the race. Well, almost.
So we did struggle a little bit to get him in because of his horns. They do know where their horns are, but when there's ropes and things in the way, and obviously this crush isn't designed for Highland cattle. Everyone else, yeah, we're good. Apart from Texas Longhorns. Anyway, we've got him in. We don't want to stress him out too much, so we are going to crack on and check out his feet. So looking at his back feet, we always say we trim all 4 feet, and we do kind of, but his back feet are perfect. He's looking after them himself, look. So there's no point in us intervening. He's looked after them for 2 years, there's no problem whatsoever, and I don't think there will be. So, happy enough for us not to trim them?
Super happy. The big thing about Highlands, they look after themselves as well.
They really do.
Well, they should do.
So this is his front left foot, and this is the one that he was showing lame. If we look back at the footage, you can see that he's flopping it up in the air and he's landing on his heel. That's probably because there's something wrong with his toe. But it's not immediately obvious, is it?
I know for certain the problem is something to do with his toe or the front of his foot, and I'm expecting to find something rather untoward in the toe of this inner claw. I start by balancing the claws up, making sure that they're right length, and then looking for the problem.
Because she has someone who makes her happy. I'm a ghost in these walls, or at least I try to be.
This isn't going how I imagined. To be honest, I thought this bull had a small case of toe necrosis, which is when the toe or the bone inside the toe starts to die and decay away. He certainly hasn't got that, but he is in pain, so we continue on as we would with all feet, making sure we check everything.
Okay, so clearly there isn't much wrong with these feet at all. But he is also very clearly lame, isn't he? So why could that be? Come on guys, answer me in the comments before I tell you the answer. If you can.
No matter what bull, cow or calf I'm treating, I'm always hoping for a problem or ailment that's something I can fix. Toe necrosis isn't something I can fix easily, so although unexpected, I am glad that's not what it is.
So look what we have here. He has dermatitis right the way around to the coronet at the front of his foot. No wonder he was sore.
Usually this would be easy to spot, but because he's a Highland, all that hair was hiding it.
Although his back feet are okay, this front foot is a little bit overgrown, so we might as well touch him up while he's in.
This probably wasn't the content you came here for. Dermatitis is not something that is hugely graphical, and luckily for me, it's an easy fix, and I for one am very glad that that is all that's wrong with this bull. The Repiderma we sprayed in it will have it cleared up within a matter of a few days, and hopefully, once it wears off, Tom can give it a respray, and he will be completely out of the woods.
I wanna hold her close.
He clearly got bored of standing around and waiting on us, so he had a little seat in the crush.
He even came and thanked you. I think he is happy that his feet have been seen. Although Craig looks nervous. Craig! So Junior, this beautiful 2-year-old Highland bull, has got dermatitis on that front right foot, as you've just seen, and Tom is going to make sure that he keeps an eye on it, and if it doesn't clear up with that simple spray of Repiderma, he's going to foot bath it, and he should be completely healed. Happy days, nothing too graphic here, which maybe doesn't make for great viewing, but it does make for happy cows, and that is all we're about. Let's go and have a little look at what Tom has been doing. You guys who know Tom Pemberton's farm life and watch his videos will know what I'm about to show you. Last time I was at Tom's farm, he had cow kennels, but Tom has been a busy boy, and so have EASYFIX. Look at what Tom's got now. It's like paradise, but for cows. Look how free they are. This cow can lift her head right up or right down or whatever she wants. She's completely unhindered. I'll be honest. Tom told me he was getting a new shed, told me he was getting a new setup, and I tried to convince him to get EASYFIX stuff, and he wasn't keen. You see, he thought it was gimmicky. He thought all this red plastic stuff and those cubicles over there were just for show, and a total gimmick that didn't really work and something he'd have to replace after a while.
I've been talking to Tom and he is so happy with these. Honestly, look how comfortable the cows are. I am so happy for Tom, I really, really am. He's got these neck rails so that the cows are completely unhindered. Nothing at all will annoy them. They can lift their heads up and down. They won't lose ear tags. They're bent in the way so that the cows can reach as far as they want down to the fodder down there, which is good for their feet. Means it's easy for me to get through as well. Something we don't often see here is rubber. You see, there's a strip of rubber there, 12 inches wide. So when the cows are feeding, which they usually are, their front feet are standing on it and not getting bruised. Simple little things like that seem like small minor changes, but they're really important ones, and the ones that Tom is reaping the benefits of because his cows are so comfortable and producing more milk because of it. If that's not a happy cow, I don't know what is. Look, if that was a metal cubicle, that would be hurting her, but it just flexes out the way as she puts all of her weight on it. Cows never get stuck in these cubicles because they simply flex out of the way. It's just about impossible for it to happen. Wild cows they've got here, aren't they? You can tell cows are well looked after when they all come up, be like this. It's not as if they're scared of humans, is it? Anyway, from me and from this awesome EASYFIX setup, and Tom's extremely happy cows, it's goodbye. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Cheerio! Now, people will talk, you know. If my wife sees this, she's going to be like, oh, what were you doing kissing that cow? That tastes good.